My story is I was socialized to it to a certain degree. Growing up, my mom was involved in the community, so she drugged me around LA with all her community events. My dad sang Negro spirituals for the Los Angeles Unified School District, and I was in the Inglewood School District, so I was his roadie on a lot of occasions, especially during the holidays because our holidays in the two school districts offset. So I saw how he was reaching the kids with the Negro spirituals and understanding slavery, and it was all elk, right? It was white kids, Latinos, and black kids that he was reaching out to. And that just turned me on to see how they gravitated towards him and applauded him and asked him questions about slavery. And so I was socialized to it. I was brought up in it. Absolutely, absolutely. And at the time, I didn't know I was doing that because when you're socialized to it, it's just like your lifestyle. Then when I got into the phone company, after a period of just really not doing well in life, I got into the phone company and started doing well and had the opportunity to talk to some high school kids on a, employee daughter, son, back to school day event. And they asked me to speak to the kids. And one of the coordinators of the event, I'll never forget, Charlotte Eric, she said, you know what, you have a gift of reaching these young people. Would you mind coming down to downtown LA and coming to the corporate offices and let me talk to you a couple of programs? And I said, okay, let me check it out and see what it was. It was a school volunteer program at that time, Pacific Bell. And they needed volunteers to go into the urban center schools to touch the kids and talk to them. And I did. And by extension, when I left the phone company and ventured out on my own in entrepreneurship, I started my foundation working with kids and then started my company as well. I think the biggest thing is that you can't do it by yourself. That is really my key learning, especially in my foundation. The company too, but we are here to partner with each other, network with each other, especially LOVE each other. And that love through our sharing our experiences and sharing our expertise and being able to come together and do something that's great, that's good, and impactful. I wish I had known that like when I was your age, right? I know you're a young man, late 20s, early 30s. Man, if I had known that, oh man, Les Brown be knocking on my door. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. You can't do anything by yourself. And I'm kind of an A-type personality. I'm definitely a mid-range control freak. And I have dressed those and deal with those every day. It's like the first step of a 12-step program, you have to admit you have a problem, and those were mine. And so that's my key learning, is that you can't do this stuff by yourself.